We have some changes coming to ranked in 2023 season 13. There are three changes going on here, and these are changes that are all about the ranked system. This has nothing to do with the gameplay changes that we've seen in preseason, the jungle pets, new tank items, introduction or reintroduction of Chemtech Dragon. Again, all about the ranked system. Three things that I want to go over here. The first of which is, in my opinion, the least important, but I know some people do care about this, and this is all about ranked rewards. Essentially, all of this is just to say that in the past, in order to get the victorious skin at the end of the season, you need to finish gold or higher. Now, all you need to do is hit gold one time during the season and you'll get the victorious skin. So, again, not my cup of tea, but if that's something you're interested in, now you have something to grind for. The other two things are things I'm a little bit more concerned about personally. I think these are a bit more important. The first of which is the fact that they are getting rid of best of fives as a whole and only implementing best of threes moving forward. So, again, if you weren't familiar, the way that it worked in the past, if you were going from gold to platinum or platinum to diamond, that these large changes in ranks, these were best of fives. Whereas if you were going from one subdivision to another, so like iron 3 to iron 2 or silver 2 to silver 1, those were just best of threes. And I think this is a really good, healthy change for the game. I know a lot of people don't always have a lot of time to play the game as much as someone like myself. I mean, I've been at a time in my life where I played 2,000 games in a season, or I was playing 20 games a day. So a best of five, that doesn't seem all that much to me. I could definitely squeeze that out. But some people are a lot more busy. Some people don't have time to play multiple games a day. Some people are only playing one game a day. So if that's the case, it could be really discouraging to get stuck in a best of five. Let's say it goes the distance. You play all 5 games, you lose. Now you got to play more games to get back into promos just to try to win another best of five. It's a lot of games. It adds up. And if you're not winning those promos, it's really discouraging. It's really unhealthy for the game. And so I think best of threes are good because I still like that challenge. I still like the fact that you have to clutch up and show that you are worthy of moving up a rank. But best of five just is just too much. I think a best of three, very good, healthy change. I don't know if anybody's going to really have an argument against this. I like that they're implementing this. And now we have the last thing that they're changing to the ranked system in 2023. And this is something that I'm a little torn about personally. I can see the upside, I can see the negatives. But the biggest change here is that we are going from one long season into 2 splits. So there's now going to be a split 1 starting at the beginning of the year and a split 2 that's going to happen somewhere in the middle of the year. So let me go ahead and start with the positives. And the main reason that they're implementing this is because they always want people to have a goal to be able to chase. And I do think that that's a positive thing. And they also talk a lot in here about the fact that people would often get really excited for the beginning of a season and start grinding and get to potentially their desired rank. And then once they get there, they kind of give up and they don't necessarily see a reason to continue playing the game. They might just take time off and not really play again until the end of the season. And that's the case a lot for lower ranked players because you don't have to worry about decay. Let's say you do hit gold and you do, kind of secure your ranked skin for the season. You don't really have a reason to play anymore, right? When it comes to higher ranked players, a lot of the times what they were doing was they hit challenger and then they say, I'll play every once in a while just to prevent my account from decaying and I'll keep challenger. But now I'm going to go and smurf. And smurfing is really unhealthy for the game. So the fact that they're breaking it up into 2 different splits means that people don't have the time to let their accounts decay or kind of take time away from the game. You're going to have to be on the game more regularly so that you can continue to chase after your rank and secure it because you don't have as much time to get to your end goal as you have in the past. So that's the positive side of it. But on the flip side, I can see 2 potential negatives from this. The first of which is I feel like your rank feels a little bit less meaningful now. And I'm going to use an analogy here, compare this to kind of traditional sports. Try to stick with me here. But I kind of think of something like the Super Bowl, right? When it comes to the NFL, it's a long off season and then a grueling, hard-working actual season into playoffs. And it all comes down to this grand finale where we have the Super Bowl and have a world champion. And it feels special. But if we were to have 2 Super Bowls every single year, do you think it would be as special? Do you think it would mean as much? And so that's kind of how I see having 2 different splits. In the past, when you only have the one season and you have one rank at the end of the season, I feel like that's really meaningful. At least that's how it's always been to me. I've always taken a lot of pride in trying to finish the season at a really high rank, and I haven't, necessarily been super successful at that. But it was always fun and it was always challenging and exciting to grind all season and then come down to this grand finale and try to hit challenger or grandmaster or whatever it was. And now that it's going to be into 2 splits, I just don't know if it's going to be as special. I don't know if people are going to care as much about it. Maybe people don't, and they only care about split 2 and don't really care about split 1. I don't really know, but I hope that ranked still feels just as valuable as it has in the past. The other thing that I see problematic about this is kind of what I was talking about earlier when it comes to the best of 5. People just don't always have a lot of time to play the game, and sometimes it's not healthy to spend a lot of time on the game. Some people don't have time to play multiple games a day, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to take time away from your computer, spend time with friends and family, or just work or touch some grass or go to the gym. And now that we have 2 splits, there's less time, as I was saying earlier, to get to your goal, to reach your desired rank. And that's going to encourage people to get on the game more. And I understand it from their perspective. They're a company that needs people to play their game in order to be successful, but it's almost encouraging people to, I guess, play more than they should. Maybe I'm nitpicking here. That's kind of personal experience. Sometimes I feel like I would play the game when I should be doing other productive things. And now that ranked means a lot to me, and now I have to worry about finishing at a desired rank twice a year, it might be a little bit more stressful. It might take a little bit more time away from me. So I could see the good and the bad, but I would be really interested to see what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. What are your guys' thoughts on these 3 changes? Again, ranked rewards, removing best of 5s, and having 2 splits a season. Those are my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. See you guys in the next one. Peace.